Can you please turn the light on? Welcome this week to the episode of Rohan's Chef Selection. What are we cooking today?
Well, today we'll be cooking one of my famous Australian recipes. It's called shitloads of sugar on bread.
Shitloads of sugar.
Did you get that? Bread, yeah.
Just hold on. Did you get that? Bread.
Key ingredient to this dish. Now, obviously, being shitloads of sugar, we're going to need sugar. Spice it up a little bit with some onion rings.
Onion rings.
And the delicious tar to hold it all together is going to be our margarine. Delicious, thick, gooey fat on there.
Can we just get a close-up on that sugar there? That's not Megya.
So like I said, first we're going to get our margarine for the bread. Now you can use whatever you want. You can use butter, you can melt it in the microwave if you like it warm. You can get duck lard if you want. Your finger if you want. If you don't have a knife, you can use your finger. And you just slop it there on the bread, like so. Now some people like to take off the plastic from the margarine, the little plasticky lid. I like to include it in a dish. It adds a bit of extra flavour. I like to keep it. You can have that on there. You know, it is edible. You can eat the plastic.
You can eat the plastic. Don't worry.
We've got a very high sugar diet here. I want a couple of extra, couple extra nutrients and vitamins in there.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Here you go.
All right. So the second thing, obviously, we want to start getting our loads of sugar. Now, you want to chop these really fine. Get them really fine, grated up there. Imagine that you're cutting. Imagine you're just cutting a real bear.
No. All wrong. I think it's that way.
Hey, let's slice this one open here and get it going.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually decapitating a real bear when I'm cutting it.
This is really
delicious.
Great. Look at this.
Look at this. You ready? Look at how the knife just carves straight through the bear there.
Straight through.
Now we want to get a couple of extra sugars on here, of course.
These sugar sticks.
These sugar sticks, I actually stole them from someone, honestly.
Oh, really?
Normally I buy them down from the local mart, but someone was walking along, a little kid actually.
The local mart down at Megya?
Down at Megya, my local mart. But
Megya.
I like to call these actually back in Australia.
What do you like to call them?
I call them gum my bears.
Gum my?
Gum my, because they're my bears. I paid for them. You're not getting them.
Gum I got those bears.
Exactly. All right, so we'll move on to our sprinkling because, we've got so much sweet on there. We want to balance it out with a bit of onion. You ever go out on a date and you have that onion breath? Oh, now, the way to battle that onion breath, have something sweet with it. Okay, you want to sprinkle that. Look at that. Just crush that over there. You want to get a fine peg.
Can we get a close-up on this?
It's a special tactic there. You want to get it between your fingers, you're crushing it. And you just, look at that sprinkle, look at that. Look at that, it's like gold. Like gold, onion gold.
My God. Just remember, this guy, he got his chef certificate, King Chef certificate in the University of Megya, which is actually in Sydney, Australia, which is not the capital of Australia. The capital of Australia is actually Adelaide.
That's true, that's correct. A lot of people get that wrong on the maps there. They always are getting that wrong. Here, look at that beautiful peach, and I believe it was peach and sausage flavored yogurt.
What does that taste like? Just a little bit more, maybe?
Definitely. Peach
One
and
more.
sausage. Dip that.
How do I do this? Do I fold?
I like to fold it over.
Are you a folder or a scruncher?
I'm a folder. So you squash that however you like. You can add another. If you want to hold, you want it more crunchy. Go for gold. Get in there. Get right in there.
This looks great.
It is delicious, and you just want to just get as much on there as you can. Look at that. Beautiful.
Is that how I do it?
That is, and then we clang it together. Do you know how they say traditionally in Australia when you bang two things together?
How do they say that?
They go siggy butt bread.
Siggy butt bread.
Yeah, eat that.
I don't want crack.
Just say join us next week.
Join us next week on Rohan's Chef Selections, where he'll be cooking.
And I'll say shit on stick, and I'll give you a high five.
Join us next week on Rohan's Chef Selections for...
We'll be cooking shit on a stick.
Shit on a stick. High five.